squeaking sound, whether it's the opening of a door or a haunted place in the middle of a jungle, or a sound of a horror in space, a jump cut, dogs barking at the distance. Movies had its fair share of creating fear and thrill in us, but how many of those fears stayed with us? How many of those creepy visuals stayed with us? Do we still see a lonely house in woods to be haunted, or consider it to be a place where humans live? Why does places, objects creep us? Why does bats, spiders, snakes, zombies create fear in us? Is it the effect of sound, or the sudden unexpected action, or the visual stimuli that brings out our deep-rooted fears? Man has no limits to his fears. When we encounter a fear, where does it hit us? Whether the sudden rush of blood in the heart region causing panic, or the hands and legs trembling, end of the spinal cord giving away. Most importantly, the sudden rush of blood in the legs and hands, with body reflexes acting instantly and losing sense of place, which makes us run or stay there in the place paralyzed. Fear has many shapes and forms. It has its own cause and effect. There are other fears which has no history of occurrence. A newly formed fear experienced when traveling on a plane 35,000 feet above sea level, which makes few of us uneasy when there is heart turbulence. What makes us fear? Are there scientific reasons to explain them better? Is fear visual, sound-based or touch-based, or all the three? This video on fear is expected to clear few things. As we understand them better through scientific and spiritual facts, we would be in a better place next time to fight them. The second reason would be to master them so that it does not take shape and form in us to affect our personal life, business life and career. As we know that the fear is the root cause of all the indecisions and inactions in our life, which makes us not fulfill many of our dreams and goals. Now let us understand the scientific reason as to how fear processing in human brain happens or occurs. The sensory cortex in the brain receives information from thalamus. It organizes and sends information to hypothalamus, amygdala and hippocampus. While hypothalamus represents the flight and fight side of the brain, amygdala, an almond-shaped mass of grey matter in our brain, is known to ignite the fear emotion in us. In the presence of threatening stimulus, the amygdala generates the secretion of hormones that influence fear and aggression. Once a response to the stimulus in the form of fear or aggression commences, the amygdala may elicit the release of hormones into the body to put the person in the state of alertness, in which they are ready to move, run or fight. This defensive response is generally referred to in psychology as fight or flight response, regulated by the hypothalamus, part of the limbic system. After a situation which incites fear occurs, the amygdala and hippocampus record the event. The simulation of the hippocampus will cause the individual to remember details surrounding the situation. Memory formation in the amygdala are activated by the neurons in the region, which is also a primary cause of fear conditioning in the brain. In some cases, this may lead to what is known as post-traumatic stress disorder or a phobia. The hippocampus is the part of the limbic system and plays an important role in the consolidation of information from short-term memory to the long-term memory, and in spatial memory form that enables navigation and location mapping. The hippocampus creates and recalls episodic memory imprints from our brain. It takes spatial and visual inputs of the location, objects and situation as a short-term memory. If you enter a haunted place, the location and pattern are mapped as episodes. Or maybe even if you had encountered snakes in the jungle, anything rope-like in a dark room is assumed to be a snake by the brain. Only when this short-term memory is considered relevant, the information is passed on to the prefrontal cortex for saving and storing memory. The hippocampus is one of the first regions of the brain to suffer short-term memory loss. Psychologists and neuroscientists believe in the role of hippocampus in creating new memories about episodic events, detection of new events, places and stimuli. There is a considerable difference between how men and women react to fears. This can be attributed to amygdala and also the hippocampus. Female limbic structure grows at a more rapid pace than male ones during the early years and reaches full growth potential approximately 1.5 years before male full development. The structural development of male amygdala occurs over a long period of time compared to the female amygdala. This can be attributed to the larger size of male amygdala when compared to female amygdala. Also, one more reason would be due to the higher level of testosterone in men, which contributes to a larger size. There is also a difference in the development process of right and left amygdala. The left amygdala reaches its development peak approximately 1.5 to 2 years prior to the right amygdala. The delay of the growth of right amygdala creates higher volume and size of right amygdala compared to the left one. The right amygdala is associated with response to fear stimuli as well as face recognition. The faster left amygdala development is attributed to the fact that the babies need the ability to detect danger early on in their years. When it comes to amygdala, female brain tend to use the left amygdala, which is responsible for emotional aspects associated with fear. And since women tend to have larger hippocampus than men, they tend to store or create stronger emotional memories associated with fear. Whereas male brain uses the right amygdala, which is linked to visualization of fear. The right amygdala is also linked to taking action as well as being linked to negative emotions, which may help explain why males tend to respond to emotional stressful stimulus physically. Amygdala, hippocampus, and hypothalamus and sensory cortex have a greater role in creating new fears. Let me take an example to explain this. Assume a scenario where two dogs are playing in the garden or on the street of your house. While they are playing, one of the pickup trucks runs over one of the dogs and the dog dies. This not only creates a trauma in the other dog, he not only feels the loss of losing his buddy, but also fears that this could happen to him. He avoids going out for a few days and slowly moves out of the house to play. This time he is cautious. Whenever he sees a pickup truck approaching or any car or vehicle for that matter, he either runs away or chases them in fear. Until when the accident happened, he never knew a pickup truck could kill a dog. For all he knew, a group of dogs attacking him could kill him, or a wild animal from jungle could kill him, or humans armed with knife could kill him. What is this thing which moves on the street and kills dogs? He has no evolutionary reference to this in his brain, but his short-term fear slowly converts into new-term memory, which gets converted to long-term fear. Suppose one of the dog was a female and she happens to give birth to tiny little ones after this incident. She will train her babies to be careful not to venture out on street and get killed. This fear slowly becomes part of evolutionary fear slowly one day, and many dogs would know how to avoid a fast-moving vehicle on streets. Probably also understand the speed of approaching vehicle and the consequence of playing on the street. Similarly, for us humans, many of our fears, it has nothing to do with past evolutionary fear, which is part of our reptilian brain. We are constantly creating new fears. Probably fear of riding a two-wheeler, fear of heights, taking a plane, fear of elevators, and all new fears created in us. Hippocampus helps in converting these short-term fear memory to long-term fear memory that would stay in us. It may also pass on as a hereditary fears. This scientific explanation has one more important aspect where spiritual reasoning also agrees upon. That is the evolutionary memory of fears. For example, the fear of spiders, snakes, all types of animals comes from the oldest member of the brain, the reptilian brain, responsible for fight and flight. The fear is also as old as the evolution, which is natural. Any objects or organisms which the human brain perceives as a threat is a way in which human brain preserves the human body from outside threat. But there is one more important element to the equation, not considered as important yet by the scientific community in understanding fear. The role of the spinal cord. Just like the human brain evolved from many thousands of years, the spinal cord also evolved and became more straight facing the earth gravity. Can you imagine humans walking up straight? Is not a joke. It requires human brain spinal cord, which is part of the central nervous system, to play a role along with the earth gravity to keep us balanced. Just like we have gyroscopes in airplanes to maintain the center axis, we have our brain playing the role of gyroscope. Although the internal ear is said to be the gyroscope, but we could easily say brain along with the spinal cord keeps us centered and balanced. The spinal cord in particular is responsible for motor skills and reflexes in our body. The spinal cord functions primarily in the transmission of nerve signals from the motor cortex to the body and from the different afferent fibers of the sensory neurons to the sensory cortex. It is also a center for coordinating many reflexes and can independently control reflexes. It is also the location of group of spinal interneurons that make up to the neural circuits which are responsible for controlling motor instructions for movements such as walking. The sudden reflex action you have when you see an evil jump in the scene of a movie, or a sudden shock when someone touches you from behind, are not entirely triggered by amygdala and hippocampus. The spinal cord with its sensory reflex action does this. When it comes to fear, there are four inherent invisible types that is the root cause of all fears. Evolutionary fear, which is largely for preservation of the body. Parental genetic fears, also known as hereditary karmic fears, caused by specific events in parents' grandparents' life that triggered the fear that has stayed as a memory in our body and mind. Blocked major energy points in our body as per the spiritual reasoning of fear. New fears caused by a situation and circumstances. Hypothalamus, hippocampus, and amygdala has major role to play in creating new episodic fears. These inherent fears are not visible outwardly. When it comes to visible aspects of fear, we can classify broadly into two main categories. Fear of trying, which includes fear of success, fear of expansion, growth, and larger leaps in life. Fear of larger identity and purpose in life. Fear of individuality, power, and self esteem. And fear of losing, which includes fear of failure, fear of death of loved ones, fear of losing money, fear of ill health, security, mainly involved in the preserving the body from outside forces. Both these explicit visible fears have genesis in evolutionary fear and karmic fear. Evolutionary memory can be best avoided if it does not come on our way towards achieving goals and vision. Staying away from snakes, spiders could be a solution, or learning to handle them by taking special course on them would be the second option. Fear of heights, fear of water can be overcome by persistent habits, learning and developing skills through practice to overcome those fears. But some of the fears which impacts our daily life, in our business life and career, are caused by the blocked chakras or the energy points known in spiritual Hindu and Buddhist tradition as a source of high energy in our body. A meeting point of all electrical channels of energies in our body is like electrical wires meeting the junction box. Watch my video Master these 7 energy points to defeat lower vibration of body and mind to know more. Watch chapter 2 video on fear explaining the scientific and spiritual aspects of overcoming fear. Like, subscribe to this channel for more insightful videos in future.